So in the other video, I showed you what to do if you're a Lightroom user to install Lightroom presets and play around with. This is more for Photoshop user, and I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff you can do with my welcome kit. For example, this photo of Venice is great, but nothing in the sky. I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded, and you can check my YouTube channel if I'm going a little fast. You will see in the welcome kit, you got different subfolders. You got the sky subfolder. I'm going to take the sky number 1, sunset 1. I'm going to place it. I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to press enter. Actually, Command T to make this a little bigger. I want to make sure it's the size of my photo. I'm going to duplicate the layer. I'm going to press Command T, right click, flip vertical, and I'm going to make this go lower with holding the shift key so they're perfectly aligned. I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to select both sky here, right click, merge layer. So now we got a merge sky, and I'm going to go into multiply, and boom, it's going to blend. I'm going to add a layer mask. I'm going to take a little brush, make sure black is my foreground color by pressing X. I'm going to lower the opacity like around 20, 25, 21 in this case, and I'm just going to, brush. Remember, black conceals, white reveals. Wherever you see too much of the clouds, the way they blend. But, voila, in a split of a second, and I would spend more time. I'm just trying to show you. There is actually, if you go on my YouTube channel and you look for sky replacement, I show you a different sky replacement technique. But voila, that's before, that's after in a few seconds. So you can blend in skies. That is free, it's part of the welcome kit. Let me show you another example. This is a photo from Florida. I liked it. But I said, I want to change the weather. Well, I'm giving you for free some weather brush. All you have to do is go to the welcome kit, and go to free brushes, and it says weather brushes. Double click on that. It's going to install it into Photoshop. Now, what is my weather brush? Well, could we turn this photo into like a rainy day photo? Let's try this. I'm going to add an empty layer. I'm going to make sure white is my foreground color. That I'm going to go to B for brush, opacity 100%. I'm going to click here, and now you got this couple of new skies here. You got one sky, a brush that's called Photo Surge Full Sky Dark 02. If you don't see the display like this, you can go like this. I'm into small thumbnails. Let's go to large thumbnails so you can see better. And you can see there is a sky here. I'm going to click one time, and it's going to make like a pretty dramatic sky. I'm going to press Command T. And I'm going to make it much bigger, fit the whole sky here, maybe like this. And I'm just trying to bring drama. Press enter. I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to go back to my basic round brush, which is here. Okay, make it smaller. Black is the foreground, opacity like 25, 29. I'm going to erase the sky here. I only want it in the sky, and now I added some clouds with a brush. You see, I added a mask, and I'm brushing this away so we don't see that I did that. And now we got a little more dramatic sky here. Before, after. Okay, Command T. I can even make it. Let me zoom out. Command T. I can even make it a little more dramatic, like this. Yeah, I want it more dramatic. Now, okay, now it's kind of more dramatic. Now I want to add rain, so I'm going to create an empty layer. I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to go back to the weather brush that's free, that you install. And you see here, if you hover, it's going to say, it's not going to say anything. But here you can see, let me see if I go to the small list, small thumbnail, I think I get the names here. If you hover a little bit. Yeah, it says Photo Search Rain Medium. I'm going to click on that. Okay, and I'm going to call this medium rain. I'm going to go here to the brush engine by clicking here, and I'm just going to go to brush tip shape, and I'm going to make it like this. And now I'm going to brush over my photo, and I'm going to add some rain all over. And the way that brush works is you just brush away. So it's kind of cool. Like, I'm adding a bit of brush. Now this is my medium rain, and voila. So let me zoom in so you can see better. See, I added a whole bunch of rain. Now it's a little too much. Let me put. Sometimes I add some a little too much. So if you want to make it a little more random, a little trick I give you, which is really cool, is you can click here. You can click here, add a layer mask. Okay, and in that layer mask, you go to Filter, Render, Clouds. And it's going to make the rain more random. Okay, that's good. So that's the middle rain. Let's add another one called Small Rain. Okay, and Small Rain, B for brush, and it's here. Small rain is this one, the smaller one. And I'm going to add a whole bunch of small rain here, all over. Let's also go here and make it maybe a little bit like this, but not like the other one. I'm going to put it here. And I would spend more time on this, but you get the idea. Now I'm adding small rain on top of the big rain. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. So now we've got two types of rain. And when you take photos of rain, it looks kind of like that. It doesn't look that sharp, you know. And but now you're saying, oh, but there is no splatter in the water. Well, okay, let's add one more layer, and let's call it splatter. And I got a splatter brush, so I'm going to go here. And you see here, right next to the rain, you got a little splatter. Okay, and I think I'm getting, yeah, I actually have two. I have rain impact, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to click here, and it does a little bit of rain impacts all over here on the lake. All right, and now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to actually, let's call this one rain impact, and I'm going to create another layer that I'm going to call splash. And I'm going to click on here. I'm going to take the splash, and that's all free. I'm going to maybe go to here and make my splash a little bit like this. Make sure scattering is really large, and I'm going to scatter and make some splash here. Actually, you know what? Let me increase the opacity. And now I'm adding some splash all over the water, and they're all scattered all around. And as far as the splash is concerned, oh la la, look at that, it's perfect. I'm adding splash all over. Okay, one thing I kind of forgot, I forgot to put the reflection of that sky here, but it's not really a big deal because, so now we got rain, we changed everything. Look at this. I can select all this, put it into a group, and it's just some idea. And now, before, after, we added like bad rain, you know, we added rain, we added splash, and I would spend more time on it, but you get the idea. That's the general idea. And one more example, I'm going to give you textures too. For example, here, I can go to File, Place Embed, and this time I'm going to go to Texture. That's in the Welcome Kit. And there is different grunge texture that I'm giving you. And let's see here. I'm going to take this one, for example. Let's see if that one works. I'm going to make it like this. I'm going to make it over the photo. All right. Let's put it into overlay mode, see what it gives us. Not so bad. One thing I advise you to do sometime when you have like texture like this, you can go to, you can press Command U, and you can desaturate them. Sometimes it's kind of better to do that, and then you can play around with lightness if you want. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. So I added a little bit of texture. If I want to make it even more crazy, first of all, let's add a little mask, and let's take out the effect on her face, making sure I have a brush that's very soft, like a round soft brush. Okay, and I don't want the texture on her face. But you see, the good thing about the overlay mode is you don't have to be very precise in your selection. You just, you know, go a little bit over the skin here. You can leave some of the, I'm going to make this a bit lower. You can leave some of the texture on her dress. It actually works kind of cool. And voila. And now I added a bit of texture. I can go here. And that's the great thing about using overlay. I'm going to press Command Alt Shift E. Command Alt Shift E, the crazy shortcut. I'm going to go here to Filter, Camera Raw, and I'm going to add a radial filter here. I'm going to make sure it's on outside. I'm going to lower. You see, I already did it. I added a little bit of color there. Maybe not that feather. Oh yeah, this feather is good. And maybe even lower exposure. And voila. you know, a little cool texture just added on a photo. If it's using too much, you can lower the opacity. But let me show you the before. I'm going to press Command J to put it into a group, before, after. So some textures to play around, some brushes to play around, and some skies to play around. That is part of the welcome kit on photosearch.com. Remember also, because you're a member of PhotoSearch community, you can click on any of my YouTube video, and usually below you got a little link here, and the link will work because you're logged into the website with your login and password, because you got the welcome kit and you can download any source files. So voila, that's the plus of having, you know, being because you subscribe to my newsletter, because you're getting this, you're getting all this free texture, free sky, and free brush to play around with. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with it.